The Hauraki Big Show. Thanks to crave-worthy street food, freshly made with Reburger.
Welcome.
This is big.
To the Hauraki Big Show.
Really big.
With Jason Hoyte, Minogue and Keyzie.
Oh, g'day, you mad bastards. Great to have your company on this gloomy Tuesday afternoon, the 3rd of June 2025. And you, my friends, as always, are listening to The Big Show, brought to you by Reburger.
Crave-worthy street food freshly made with Reburger.
Reburger.
G'day, Mogey, you stallion. How's life?
Going pretty grousey, you mad dog, you sick son of a bee. Nice to have a bit of a short week this week.
Yes, kind of.
A long weekend in behind us there. Still 5 shows in front of us, but we'll get into that every single day repeatedly with enthusiasm because we're stoked that we'll be doing the show for Breakfast Boys on Friday.
Yeah, very stoked
because
about
of
that.
Keyzie.
Keyzie's fired up, aren't you, Keyzie?
It is because of Keyzie, isn't it, fellas? Isn't it? Like, do you ever... Because I often think about this in a cold sweat in the middle of the night, that you guys wish that I hadn't been involved with the relay.
Yeah, I mean,
You
there's
know
some
what I mean?
truth in that.
And
tell
I've
you
let
what.
the whole team
Oh,
go.
my God.
I just remember you being so enthusiastic and so into it. It was a tragedy, let's be
Well, the
honest.
tragedy is, look, we've discussed this for 3 years.
Yes.
Hoyte, Jase, 4 years, really. Is the physical, sort of ineffectiveness, defects that you've had over the course of your life, Keyzie. We've talked, you're hanging off a nebulizer. We've got the asthma. We've got,
eczema.
Shat in your pants, if I remember correctly. All the signs pointed.
So when did I shat my pants?
When you're a young one. Jase used to
yeah.
go on about it. So all signs pointed to something going wrong, of course. But, well, look, better luck next year. We'll be doing this every single year until somebody dies.
Yeah, man.
Well, can I just say, like, it's starting to make more sense to me now why my parents chose to raise me inside a bubble.
Yes.
Because I can't even run 100 metres without blowing out a quad.
Yeah.
And I think a bubble might just be maybe I have to
Next
go
time
back.
you run it in a Zorb.
Yes, I think I should be back in a bubble.
Yes.
Because I can't handle the real world, clearly. Having said that, God, it's good to see you fellas.
Yeah, I reckon.
Thanks,
How good.
mate. Hey, I tell you what, we've got a massive show ahead, don't we, fellas?
We certainly
that's a
do,
monster.
Jase.
So much good stuff coming up. And in the meantime, let's kick off with a bit of Rage Against the Machine.
Get it in, yeah.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue and Keyzie.
Yes, indeed. Split ends there on the Radio Hauraki Big Show this Tuesday afternoon. The time, 11 minutes past 4 o'clock. Don't forget, you can always text us on 3483.
That's right. And every text that comes through on 3483 in the draw for a $50 Reburger voucher.
Oh, how good.
Actually, I could use some text and some advice from you two fellas as well.
Sure, man.
As to how you would have handled a tricky situation I was in over the weekend. The Warriors took on the Rabbitohs. Totally, Mogey. That was Sunday Arvo, wasn't it, that game?
Yeah.
Sunday Arvo.
4 o'clock
Yes.
kickoff.
4 o'clock. We were down in Christchurch, which is where my wife is from. We were visiting the in-laws there, which is very lovely. On the Sunday, however, some of her friends from down there invited us both to come round to their place for a Wars party, to watch the Wars.
Oh, God.
A viewing party.
Sure.
Oh, God.
Now, this was a lovely woman and her partner who played a lot of footy, high-level footy, and all his footy mates were going to be there. So all these dudes,
Dudes.
and they're sort of mid to late 30s, tough bastards.
Backbone.
I've never met any of them. And so I was trying to make a good impression, and I was like, I know
You sort of limp in there, did you, Keyzie, with your smashed quad?
I did limp in there. And I was like, I know what'll impress these guys if I put on some heavy Wars paraphernalia.
Sure.
I had my hoodie on because it was cold. Over the top of that hoodie, my 94 Wars jersey. I had a Warriors hat on. We got there. We were told to, arrive sometime after 3. The game's at 4.
Yeah.
We arrived at 3:30.
Yeah, perfect.
First one's there.
Yeah.
And I'm fully warsed up.
Yeah, man.
And as we walk in, the girl goes, "Oh, that's right, the Wars are on." And I was like, "Well, hang about. Of course the Wars are on. This is a viewing party." And then over the next hour, 7 couples started to arrive, all of whom weren't really that interested in the Wars. Like, they were
Right.
sort of vaguely interested.
Right.
And I'm the one guy fully in Wars paraphernalia sitting on the couch watching the game because I don't know anyone, so my
Nah.
instinct is to watch the Warriors.
Totally.
Every single one of them came and was just, "Oh, so you're a big Wars guy, are you?"
God, you must look like a psycho, man.
That's
With all your paraphernalia on.
Wee
and I was there. Yeah.
Up the Wars!
Yeah, well, I didn't yell that.
Right, okay.
I would if it was my own home.
You were yelling
Sure.
it with the clothes that you had on.
100%.
But people just looked at you and all they could hear was, up the wires.
Yeah, and like honestly, a couple of fellas were like, "Oh, so you're big into the wires, eh?" I'm like, "Yeah, but like not like weirdly big." I was told this is a Warriors party, and so I was meeting all these guys, and I just looked like the biggest Warriors punisher in the world.
Yeah.
which I am.
Well, yeah.
Just wondering, how would you guys have handled that situation?
I've never heard it called a viewing party. That's the first thing of point of interest.
When you said that, I had something else in mind, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
A viewing party.
Yeah.
What did you think?
I don't want to go
viewing?
into the details of that, Keyzie, but I did think of something else.
Well, I remember because we often have viewing parties. Like I remember we'd have massive parties, like 30 people, whenever Wellington Paranormal had a new episode.
Oh, right,
100%.
yes.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. And
Yeah.
talk
And
back.
talk back.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I guess the question is, how did you come to believe it was a viewing party when it wasn't?
I think things just got lost in the communication between my wife and I.
Right.
And then, yeah.
She said group of legends getting together, and you figured, well, they must be into the wires.
Well, all the
we
footy-
must be watching the wires.
It was like all the footy boys are going around to blah blah's place, and they're going to watch the wires. And I was like, cool, yeah, I'll join them. I'll check my wires.
I can see where the confusion came in there.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, it sounds like a bit of entrapment to me, actually.
Yeah.
That she's gone, I want to see some of my mates, so I'll tell Keyzie that it's going to be a viewing party and that'll bring him along.
Hey, and tell him to put his shirt on.
Then
and
put
his
his shirt in his hat. In that situation, if I was in that situation, Keyzie, I'd probably just get really steamed and, make a scene.
Well, I tried
This is
that.
meant to be a wires party. Let's
yeah,
go.
go on,
Go
let's go.
back, man.
Do you even like the wires? Give me your 3 favourite players.
Well, you could have taken the cask of wine and sat out in the car and watched it on your phone and locked the doors so your wife couldn't get in.
See, now that actually sounds enjoyable.
Cask of wine. Good
Hell-
times.
hell-
Were you over cheering?
I wasn't cheering at all. I got to the point
no,
where
Keith.
I even, like, when people were in the way, like standing in front of the TV, and I was like, I already look too hard out. I can't ask them to move. Or like something would be happening, and I'd get up and go get a beer, even during a pivotal moment, just to show
Just to
that
make it look
Yeah,
like
that
it
you were
didn't
just
matter.
casual.
They were probably like outside on the deck and going, I'll give you $5 if you go and stand in front of the TV. See what he does.
Yeah, he's such a psycho, man. He'd probably swing at you. But yeah, the wires once, that was good.
No, up the wires.
Yeah, man.
Totally, man.
Up the wires
I
hard.
miss it, actually. I was making love.
Did you have your wires jersey on?
Sure did, man.
So did he.
And my wires hat.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jase, Mike and Keyzie. Tune in weekdays at 4 on Radio Hauraki.
Stone Temple Pilots here on the radio. Hauraki Big Show this Tuesday afternoon. 25 minutes past 4 o'clock, and we've got a major breaking news announcement.
Oh, is this breaking news?
Yeah, man.
This is breaking news.
Didadoosh. Nailed it, fellas.
Really good.
Do you guys remember A Day in Lieu?
Hell yes.
It's a promo we've been running for a couple of years.
I scored a toilet out of it.
That's right, you did too. How's that going?
Very well.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a good toilet.
That's
Good,
right.
Solid toilet.
Took you a while to sort it out, but you got there at the end.
I did.
That's right. You stole at the toilet after this, didn't you?
After making a massive donation to
Oh,
Bowel
that's right.
Cancer New Zealand.
$2.
Yes.
You finally texted that number.
Well, that's the thing.
Disgraceful.
Day in Lieu 2025 is in support of Bowel Cancer New Zealand. It is Bowel Cancer Awareness Month as well. So if you would like to donate right now, very easy to do. You text Lou, L-O-O, to 3779.
What's
I'm
that
gonna
number
I'm gonna
again,
do that
Keyzie?
right now.
I'm going to do it right now. 3779. Lou. Is that like L-O-O or
Correct.
L-O-U
or just L-O-O?
L-I-E-U.
Is it a capital L?
You should do in lieu because that's what your text is going to be. It's never going to happen.
Jase,
It's going to be a day in lieu,
In
right?
lieu. What is it again? 3779.
You text Lou, L-O-O, not in lieu, L-O-O to 3779, instant $3 donation to Bowel Cancer New Zealand, Jase. And I've just remembered that this
Jase
happens
doesn't do that.
every time.
Well,
and he
it's a
pretends.
tradition that Jase can't part with $3. Is it $3?
It's
Boom,
$3.
There you go. Done it, fellas.
Show me your text. Show
I'll
me.
do a screenshot. I'll tell you what.
None of your beeswax,
Dilly
Keyzie.
we'll get producer Dilly, Big Dilly there. He'll get that up on socials. We'll just send through that screenshot.
Sure.
We won't tamper with it at all, and yeah, that'll be up on socials before you know it.
Now, just to pivot from this pretend donation to reality, Day in Lieu is happening, and this year it's happening on Wednesday, the 18th of June. Hauraki and the ACC as well are going to be broadcasting for 12 hours straight from the bowels of Eden Park.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, how good.
Okay.
From deep in the... we're actually going to be in the All Black changing rooms broadcasting for 12
Wow.
hours. There'll be a whole host of well-known Kiwis coming through, along with some sporting legends as well. A whole lot of people getting together, talking...
Bowels.
This is what it says here. Talking shit to raise awareness for bowel cancer in New Zealand. That's what it says in the little doc I've got over here. So
I love
Great
that.
stuff.
it's
I
pretty
love
exciting. Wednesday, the 18th of June, it'll be happening. Once again, text Lou to 3779, instant $3 donation.
3779.
What did you type in?
3997.
Jase, what do we have to be raising funds for you to part with $3?
Yeah, it's a good question, Jase.
Like-
because honestly, mate, this is serious stuff.
Well, it is.
Very serious.
Jase, bowel cancer affects over 3,300 New Zealanders every year. 1 in 10 Kiwis diagnosed with bowel cancer are under the age of 50. That's you.
Yeah,
That is
totally.
you, right?
Yeah, that's
If
totally
you get
me.
bowel cancer, I'll give you $3, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Hey, but do get involved. It's a bloody good cause. And do go and get yourself checked out if you've got any concerns too, by the way.
Would you go get
Yeah,
yourself
when's the
checked
last
out?
time you got a finger up your backside here? What, Janus?
Well, they don't need to do that anymore, Mogey.
no, but they can.
Yeah, I always insist on it because I'm kind of old school.
Hey, you listening, text Lou to 3779 and
3779.
Jase. It's an instant $3 donation, and this will all be happening on Wednesday, the 18th of June, live from Eden Park. Very, very exciting.
Beautiful.
Up next, Charlie Gubb, fellas.
Oh, how good.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, great stuff.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie.
Radio Head there on the Radio Hauraki Big Show this Tuesday afternoon. The time is 4:38. Now a bit of league action over the weekend. With that in mind, we've got our league correspondent, the legendary Charlie Gubb. G'day, Charlie, you mad bastard. How's life?
Nah, life's good, man. Just had a little bit of a muck up, overcooked the noodles. I'm making spag bowl, and they're gone a bit sticky.
Chuck them in the bin, man, and get
Yeah.
a re-burger.
Yeah, yeah, sure, yeah.
Yeah, good on you, man. Hey, hell of a game over the weekend, brother. Sunday afternoon, the classic time slot for the Waz. 4 p.m, we're up against the South Sydney Rabbitohs, and she was a hell of a game. How'd you find it, big dog?
Oh, it was entertaining, you know. Even better, we come away with the win, and I was pretty impressed. Obviously, we leaked a couple of soft tries, but the rest of them they worked pretty hard for, and you know, the Rabbitohs scored 30 at home and still lost, so we're doing pretty well.
Yeah, well, g'day, Charlie. Keyzie here, man. Hope you're well.
I'm good, man.
Yeah, it's good to hear, brother.
Apart from the noodles.
Yeah, apart from the, spaghetti.
Oh, it's
probably
pasta.
spaghetti,
Yeah, it's
I'd
not
say.
really noodles, is
Yeah,
it?
that's okay. So, Charlie, one of the things, obviously, with the Warriors is I think that's maybe 4 times now that they have gone over to Sydney and come away with a tough, gritty win. Like, I don't know other times in history where you'd see a Waz team able to do that.
I think
over
it was
and
5
over.
times, Keyzie.
Is
It's
it
the
5?
first time since 1995 that we've done that.
Wow.
The year of our inception.
So that's amazing.
Crazy.
You've got this Waz team who can win tough, stay in the fight. And to be honest, our halves aren't even clicking properly with one another yet. And our backline isn't really firing yet, but we're still getting wins, Charlie. Is the sky the limit for this Waz side?
Yeah, I think the sky is the limit. You know, man, what a big turnaround day from the first round. But
Yeah.
it's almost like we're looking for an improvement now. We're looking for something to talk about, like a little bit of a negative. But everything is good. Like you said, Keyzie, the halves aren't firing, but they will. They will fire.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, right? I mean, Metcalf is so young. He's played, I don't know how many games.
20 or 30.
20 or 30 games or something in the NRL, and he's currently, is he still leading the Dally M?
It's gone behind closed doors, but
Oh,
he was
yes.
leading before it went behind closed doors last year. Yeah, I'm not sure if I agree with that, but it certainly says he's going all right.
Yeah, that's the thing. And so he's still very, very new, leading this team around. The Waz is still third on the table. Charlie, I mean, at what point do we start to go, holy cow, I think these guys might be the real deal?
Well, I think we got to hold on. I think we are the real deal now, but
Yep.
you know, you can't really pull the trigger on it until it is finals time because you know we lose a couple more players. We've lost Barnett now.
Yeah, that's a big loss, mate.
It's a huge loss, and people go, "Oh, yeah, next man up," blah blah blah. But just remember, it was only him and Fisher Harris that were missing the other week versus the Raiders, and they kind of big daddied us, because we were missing Barnett and Fisher Harris. So even though the young boys can step up, they still have to prove it and do it.
Yep.
So it's a long season, and it's just what your team looks like at the end of it. I think, if we stay relatively healthy, then we're going to be right there in the top 4. So it is probably the best I've ever seen the Warriors.
I completely agree. There's something about the the dynamic that they've got there at the club. They believe in each other. They support each other. There's a word for it. It's culture, and they've obviously got that in spades. Every single game, they're just out the gate. I will say one thing about this game on the weekend. Got a few minutes into the second half there, and I was on one of my many Warriors chat groups I've got, Charlie, and I piped up and I said, geez, I haven't even noticed Latrell Mitchell in this game.
Oh, my goodness.
And then, bang, he decided he wanted to play. Holy shit.
Yeah, he's a different beast when he wants to.
Unreal.
He can just dominate anyone, but I think he's almost like an anomaly. There's not many players like him in the comp. Tommy Turbo, when he's on, not many people have a player like Latrell Mitchell, but he didn't quite do enough as the Warriors because, like you said, just like the Big Show, they got culture like us.
That's right, brother.
That's right. Other shows might have like real generational talent, but we work hard in the effort areas, Charlie.
I've got a bit of culture on my thigh at the moment, actually.
Really?
Yeah, it's sort of just fermenting away there.
Don't speak to me about sore thighs, Jase. Hey, Charlie Gubb, before we let you go, man, of course, we've got to have the Porter King Player of the Round, brought to you by Porter King. If you're in the Wellington area and need a Portaloo, make sure you hit up Uncle Charlie. Who you got for us today, Charlie?
Man, I can't go past our fullback, Chance Nickel-Klokstad. 340-plus metres.
Oh.
He just worked hard. He does everything that... Pugs was doing it last week and he's off sick this week. Couldn't back it up.
Exactly, man. Exactly. He also had 100 post contact metres. He's got 4 out of the top 10 most game meterages in the last 2 years.
Wow.
There's a lot of chat about him, time to go to Super League, all that sort of chat. The guy's an absolute weapon. He is a dog. He gives everything for his club. He might not have the spectacular side of things, but geez, if you could have 17 CNKs, well, you get smoked every week, but you get my point.
That's it, Mogey. Hey, that's culture. It's working hard for each other.
Exactly.
Not all the flashy stuff. We play hard and tough.
Hell yeah, Charlie.
Good on you, Charlie, you legend. Hey, thanks for that, mate.
No, all good, man. Look after that culture on your thigh.
No worries.
Thanks, Charlie.
Put a bit of cream on it.
Yeah, we'll talk to you next week after our win over the Sharks, I believe.
Saturday night, 7:30.
Bloody ripper.
Here's Black Sabbath.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue and Keyzie.
Soundgarden there on the Radio Hauraki Big Show this Tuesday afternoon. The time is 4:52. Let's talk TV. What's on the telly with Mike Minogue?
Watched a little bit over the weekend, actually, there, fellas, but just one at a time, okay? Don't get carried away. Department Q on Netflix. It's a British cop drama starring Matthew Good, and he gets shot in the line of duty, and a couple of other people do. He survives. He comes back to run a department, Department Q, where he solves cold cases. Now, I just want you guys to know that he is a detective that's got a few skeletons in the closet.
Oh, you're
Right,
joking.
okay. He's got some issues.
Can I just say that he's not great with other people? He doesn't play nice. He doesn't get on with his higher-ups as well, so that comes as a bit of a shock. Can I just say his family life's in a bit of a shambles as well,
you're
man?
joking.
So really different from your usual sort of detective dramas, but it is good. It's good. I give it 3.5 buzzes out of 5, but I don't like Matthew Good in the lead role. He's playing this tortured sort of dude, but he's playing it like he's the coolest guy alive. And he's playing it like you can see the actor making the decision. You'll watch this, Jason. You'll see what I mean.
I'll have a look tonight.
So I find him punishing, but I like the rest of it. And he's not horrendously bad. It's just annoying. So yeah, 3.5. We're most of the way through it now. I'll let you know what happens at the end tomorrow.
Great stuff,
You
mate.
said that was on Netflix, right?
Netflix, baby.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, man.
I watched Conan the Barbarian
Oh,
with the
yeah.
old Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, man.
God, it was stupid.
yeah.
It was so stupid that I had to keep watching it. And it's just him basically.
Lots of buzzies in it,
Yeah,
eh?
there are a few buzzies in there. I will say that. Often are with those sort of 80s movies,
Yeah.
you know what I
It's a
mean?
shame.
There's a lot of buzzy. And that's not, I just want to clarify, that's not why I was watching it.
Nah.
I mean, if there was a buzzy there, I'd go, oh, well, there's a buzzy. But that's not why I was tuned into it.
So seriously, you go, oh, there's a buzzy.
Yeah,
You'd say that out loud.
I would, yeah. Oh, look, there's some buzzies. But yes, look, I give it one buzzy
Out of 5.
out of 5 buzzies because it's just so stupid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that movie. Classic Arnie. I think it was the second or third film that he did back in the day there. It's himself and James Earl Jones, of course.
Yes.
What's funny about that, he's a kid and he's sold into slavery and he's made to turn a wheel, Keyzie, a huge wooden wheel. And eventually there's a whole bunch of slaves, but he ends up being the only one left. But he gets so muscly from doing it, from pushing this thing. And it was always a bit of a bone of contention because he'd had to be eating like a goddamn horse. To be able to sustain them, to grow the muscles, to push the thing
be
around.
that-
So it
that
don't really make
big.
sense. But anyway, I thought I love that film, but I haven't seen it for a long time.
Sure.
What was
It doesn't age well, Mogey,
No.
I'll say that.
What was the wheel power? Was it like a mill or
It
something?
was like a mill or for water or something. It didn't matter because he got big enough and then he managed to chop off his chains and then he's chopping off heads for the rest of the movie.
Awesome.
Yeah. And with the
That
odd
sounds-
buzzy thrown in.
That sounds sick. That sounds like a recipe for a beautiful movie.
Yeah, it did very well at the box office.
It did.
Yes.
I had a very grandpa-esque TV viewing experience over the weekend. It
Yep.
was 11 a.m. It was very, very cold in Christchurch. The fire was lit. I was sitting next to the fire and I was watching UK TV. And I
Yeah.
watched a show called Perfect Pub Walks with Bill Bailey. And it's him going for one of my all-time favourite comedians, going for a pub walk, a ramble, with another comedian, Alan Davies, who's also one of my all-time favourites. And Alan Davies had basically, and it's all about talking about your mental health and stuff. And Alan Davies, I didn't realise this, he's just published a book about the abuse he suffered at the hands of his father as a kid.
Right.
And it's the first time and I've never seen two like hilariously funny guys be so like open and emotional. It was
Right.
really, really good.
Right.
I was quite hungover.
How many buzzies do you give that?
I'll give it 4 buzzies out of 5.
Wow, okay.
It made me emotional, but I was quite hungover.
Yeah,
Sure.
that can happen.
Sure.
Yeah, so,
Bit
yeah.
Volnies.
Yeah, but wee bit Volnies, but highly recommend. And UK TV, haven't watched that in bloody years.
Jeez.
Bloody
hey,
good.
I tell you what, coming up after 5 o'clock, there's no Pugsan here today. He's thrown a sickie. Well, he says he's sick, but there's
Yeah.
been a few rumours abounding about the place that
he's pulled a sickie.
that he's pulled a sickie. So I'll give him a call just to check in.
Yeah, just to double check he's not lying to us. Eh,
Yeah,
mate?
man, get him.
Yeah.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jase, Mike and Keyzie. Tune in weekdays at 4 on Radio Hauraki.
Welcome back, you massive bagbones. Hope you're surviving your Tuesday tickety-boo. You're listening to The Big Show, brought to you by Reburger.
Handcrafted burgers, loaded fries, and gourmet eats that'll change the game.
Reburger.
Fellas, don't laugh at me, but I've genuinely pulled a muscle in my ass.
Oh, yes.
Just sitting here. I haven't even been doing anything, and I just went to go for a wee before, and it is painful as.
Yeah.
Are you all good?
I think so. I mean, I'll survive. I'm a backbone.
Yeah.
But what's the muscle in your ass called?
Gluteus maximus.
Oh, okay.
Well, yours is actually called gluteus minimus.
Yeah.
Good
'Cause
stuff, Keyzie.
Yeah,
You see
thanks,
what he's
fellas.
done?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
It's clever.
It's
good
good
shit.
stuff.
It's a sign of things to come on the show, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
is.
yeah, we got some big stuff coming up, but that's probably the best.
That's
of it.
probably the best.
Well, I tell
Actually,
you what,
Dilly, clip that off, would you?
Yeah, what we do have coming up is 21st chat.
Oh, yes.
We've also got to give old Pugsan a ring today because he's off sick, apparently.
Well, he's
Yes.
off sick, and to be honest, full, what's it called? When
Disclosure.
Full disclosure, that's actually not what I was going to say. Benefit
Full
of the-
metal jacket.
No. Benefit of the doubt.
Oh, sure.
I was like,
Full
yeah,
benefit of the doubt.
He must be really sick.
Mm-hmm.
However, I've now had intel that he's actually pulling a sickie after having a huge weekend.
It was
Yeah.
a big weekend, yeah, I understand it was.
So we're going to call him and just double check.
Good stuff. In the meantime,
Jase.
here's David Bowie.
Guys, is a tune.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie.
Blur there on the radio. Hauraki Big Show this Tuesday afternoon, the time 11 minutes past 5 o'clock. Now, our producer Pugsan is called off sick today.
Yeah.
And we've just subsequently learned when we came into work from Big Dilly in Studio B, primarily, he's had a very, very big weekend.
Well, just to spell it out here, and big shout out to Dilly for basically knocking him out. That's great stuff.
Just being upfront about it. We appreciate it, Dilly.
Friday night, he was working on the ACC's footy coverage and then had a gig at Norma Tap's bar just down the road here.
Right.
That was one that went late.
What time do you reckon that would have been, Keyzie?
Well, the footy would have finished after 9 o'clock, and then the gig probably started at 10 or something.
10,
11,
11, something
yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
He was hitting the beers before then, though.
Oh, mate, when's he not? Saturday afternoon, actually, he went and saw Fly My Pretties.
Fly My Pretties, good,
Yes.
yep.
And then had a mate's leaving drinks.
Oh, yeah,
And we all
God,
know-
those blow out.
Yeah, exactly. So that that's a 4 a.m. if ever I've seen one.
For sure.
Sunday, he woke up, full credit, got up at probably 5:30, did his Hauraki shift, 6 a.m. till 10, and then went and saw Spacey Jane later that evening, which is a band, I believe.
Right.
And then probably got really steamed again.
Yeah, I'd say so.
So what I think we need to do is just call him, check that he is in fact sick, and whether,
I hope he doesn't put on one of those sick voices.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would really get deep inside my goat.
if he doesn't answer, he's guilty, by the way.
Well, yeah, for sure. I mean, he could be making out or something, you know what I mean?
He shouldn't be if he's sick, Jase.
Honestly,
you know
man,
what
if
he's
he doesn't
like,
answer the
fellas.
phone.
You-
Call has been forwarded to
come on, man.
Can we leave a message?
No, I've skipped it. We'll try one more time.
Okay, and then we'll leave a message if he doesn't answer.
Sure.
Okay.
Oh,
Because we knew that he was burning the candle at both ends.
Well,
didn't
this
we?
is the thing, man. At some point, it's got to take a toll on a man.
Yes.
No matter how much lead he's got in his pencil.
It comes up as a hidden caller ID too, so I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello.
G'day, Pugs. It's old Hoyte J. Mogey and Keyzie from The Big Show. How you going, you mad bastard?
G'day, Jase. How are you, mate?
Oh, you sound sweet
Yeah, you
as.
sound fine.
What's the matter, man?
Sweet as. Well, I didn't say I had a voice problem, did I?
What exactly have you got, man, other than a 3-day hangover?
A 3-day hangover. What gives you that idea?
Well, Big Dilly's been letting us know what you got up to over the weekend there. He's been very explicit, Pugs.
What the hell was Big Dilly? No, I haven't seen him. This is ridiculous.
Well, you had work on Friday night followed by a gig. Then you had a gig on Saturday followed by leaving drinks, and then you were drinking more piss on Sunday and another gig. You're getting out of hand, man. And so as soon as a little bit of a cold comes along, you absolutely turn into a sack of shit.
That was a surprisingly accurate description.
Well, look, Pugs, the thing is, man, with you, we give you the benefit of the doubt. We say, oh, Pugs works bloody hard, so if he's sick, he must be really sick. However, we are starting to think that maybe pulling sickies due to being hungover or just not wanting to come to work. Is that something?
Just pulling in general.
Just pull it. You're always pulling something, Pugs, is what we're getting at.
Listen, a little bit of pulling never hurt anybody, fellas, all right? But
All
I miss
right,
you
mate.
lots, and I love you.
How are you feeling? Do you reckon you'll be back tomorrow?
It's up in the air at this point. I reckon I'm maybe like 50-50.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
man, sure.
Okay, cool. And what gigs have you got on tonight, man?
Just a couple of raves in the city, but it should be sweet.
You know what I'm predicting, man? I think just to be safe, you're probably not going to come in tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay.
And then you're going to come in absolutely all guns blazing for the radio awards on Thursday.
Oh, you bet.
And then you'll feel a little bit under the weather on your Friday again.
Yes.
And then we'll see you on Tuesday next week.
Yeah, well, that works out really well for me. So I'll see you guys on Thursday.
Good on you, Pugs.
Oh, Pugs, sorry, just before we let you go, man, what do you do for a crust?
Sorry, I can't hear you over the
What do you do for a crust,
the
Pugs?
Japanese. Sorry, I can't hear you, man. There's some really loud cherry blossom in the background or something.
He's obviously got some sort of ear infection as well, fellas.
Pardon?
What do you do for a crust, man?
What's that, man? I'll see you later.
Backbone. That's good stuff.
Yeah,
Producer
massive
Pugs there,
backbone.
Yeah. God,
He sounded fine to me,
he sounded
fellas.
totally fine.
You're as good as gold.
He
Yeah.
sounded steamed.
Yeah, he did a little bit, eh? Here's the Killers.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue and Keyzie.
The police there on the Radio Hauraki Big Show this Tuesday afternoon. The time is 5:25.
How good. Hey, fellas, you'll remember I was going to a 21st on Friday night.
Yes.
It was the daughter of my cousin that I grew up with in Levin. So, yeah, an auspicious occasion. She's up here at uni, so I went along to that. At a bar in Pugsan, and quite frankly, I was shocked at the behaviour of the younger people that were there.
Oh, no, really?
Yeah, it was a bit disappointing, man, because here you are. I think it's just a respect thing. And I don't know if it's generational or what the guts is, but you've got people that have flown in from all over the country.
Yeah.
I had to come about 3 or 4 Ks.
Yes.
And people spend a lot of money putting on a 21st. It's not a cheap occasion, a 21st.
No.
And we were there, and there's probably, what would you say, between 50 and 70 young folk around about there.
Yeah.
If you heard that, was Jase trying to whistle.
Sounded like a breeze coming in through the window. It's really good, Jase.
He's air conditioning circulating through his honker. And anyway, I was there and I got there right about on time. Kicked off at about 7:30 there, and I was there for a few hours, and it dawned on me that absolutely nobody was hammered.
Sure.
That is disgusting.
And at no point did anybody get hammered, except for me.
Right.
And my cousin and his wife, so the parents of the girl there.
Yeah.
And another mate of ours. So all of us from our generation, we closed the bar. We were there until the bar closed, the DJ shut up shop. All of the kids had been gone for about 3 or 4 hours by that point, without a word of a lie.
Wow. How good.
And then we went back to my place and kept on going. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Old school, but I guess there's just been a hell of a change with these kids nowadays where they don't really want to waste all of their money or their lives on getting caned and regretting everything that they do, which is
Really?
that weird, man?
It is very odd.
I mean, that's super weird.
Yeah.
Is that a general... I like to think right now that that's just this particular group of 70 people.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're all of the same age, obviously. All great-looking bunch, all cool people.
Yes.
You know, I had some good yarns with a bunch, really cool people. But there was a table that were playing cards.
What kind of cards?
And it wasn't drinking games, which would be the thing that you would jump to, right? They were just playing, there was about 8 of them playing cards.
Like playing Go Fish or something?
I don't know what it was. I didn't get into it. I was busy scowling.
Like a backbone. That is interesting.
It was really interesting. And all great people, and they had a great time. And then they went, I don't know what they did after that. Maybe they went off and God knows what they got up to, and they're keeping it from us. I don't know. But there was only about 6 adults there. 6 grown-ups, I call them, Keyzie.
6 grown-ups, and the grown-ups are the ones
and the
getting
grown-ups
stuck
that just campaigned and then regretted it for the next 2-3 days.
No, no yardies?
Not a, well, no.
It's in a bar.
Yeah,
so
well, it was in a
fair
bar,
enough.
and also, I think women will usually do a 21 shots, but that wasn't happening.
Good God.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I don't know.
Well, look,
I mean, what do you...
3483.
I despair, Jase. Can I put it that way? I mean, what future this country?
Yeah, I know.
If we're not pouring all of our money into, alcohol and bad decisions.
100%. 3483, if you are in that age bracket, that younger generation, and you had a 21st, or are 21st even cool and a thing anymore? You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
Because when I heard 21st,
it was great. It was
still great,
it was a great, but just I guess the our metrics, or my metrics, and the younger folk there, their metrics for fun were at opposite ends of a spectrum.
Yeah, right.
Was there a tab?
There was a tab.
Right. So
You see?
No excuses.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do see what you're saying.
You don't think that they all left because the
Well, it's
adults
possible.
had taken over and were...
Well, actually, there was an event that took place, but I probably can't talk about that on here. I need to give that some thought. It's just come back to me now that you've asked me that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Did it involve old Mogey?
No, thankfully, but it involved an adult, and it was poor behaviour. And but any 21st back in the day would have been standard behaviour.
Sure.
So anyway, flick us a text on 3483 and let us know what you reckon.
Yeah, every text through, by the way, in the draw for a $50 Reburger voucher. Up next, fellas, G-Lane versus a coin.
Oh,
how good.
Wow, I'm excited.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue and Keyzie.
Guns. Moses here on the Radio Hauraki Big Show this Tuesday afternoon. Now a bit of rugby action over the weekend. With that in mind, we have ACC head G Lane on the phone with us. G'day Lane, how's life?
Yeah, good fellas. Good, nice relaxing long weekend.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad, thanks mate. Yourself?
Yeah, good. And now I was thinking about confusing the crap out of you and talking you through the Super Rugby final setup. But should we just recap on the coin? Because I'm pretty sure I pantsed it in the weekend.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you did as well, man. Look, we can go through it blow by blow, but first of all, let's go to the sick sting unless we've played already. I'm actually sick, so I can't remember anything that's going on.
Makes the sting even sicker.
Yeah, man, we haven't played it yet. You'd remember
Push play, Keyzie.
Okay, I'll push play. That's how it works.
ACC head G Lane versus a coin.
That's right. G Lane taking on a coin. Punting God, right, Mogey? Punting God.
Punting God, that's right. The most knowledgeable better probably in the sporting world. G Lane, you pick who you think is going to win every single game in each round of the Super Rugby competition, and we flip a coin to see who's the smartest. The winner will get the reward of being able to run the ACC for another 12 months. So far, things are looking good. Friday night was Chiefs 41 over the Landers 24.
Yeah, convincing, I think, for the Chiefs. A little bit of nervous moments there in their last 20, but in the end, too classy.
I do recall you saying on the Friday, Lane, that they were going to win by 50.
It was close.
Nearly. And, of course, you took the Chiefs and the coin took the Landers, so you went 1-0 up. The second game of the weekend was the Crusaders sneaking home, am I right, over the Brumbies, 33-31. We both took the Brumbies in that one.
Yeah, that was an absolute thriller, that one. But it secured the Crusaders the second spot, so it could have gone either way, that one. So I think the coin and I have been robbed.
Right, so it's still 1-0 to Lane after two games. Saturday, you had the Blues hosting the Waratahs and giving them an absolute deduging.
Yeah, the Retards got a good pantsing. And deservedly so.
46-6. Who did, not we.
Lane took the Blues and the coin took the Tars.
Damn it.
No!
In the next game, the Canes smashed Moana 64-12, with Lane taking the Canes and the coin taking Moana to make it 3-0.
Yep, that's right.
So does that mean...
Pointless game? Was there another pointless game in Australia that no one cared about?
Yeah, there was. The Reds smashed the draw 52-7. You took the Reds. The coin, idiot, took the Drua. So it was 4-0 to Lane this week, taking the overall to 42-28, streaking ahead now. Jeez, you're
unassailable.
On to it, man.
Now, Lane, does that mean that the Blues are through?
Yeah, the Blues are through. They qualify sixth, and they play the Chiefs on Saturday night. So first place sixth. Then the Crusaders, they play the fifth place team, which are the Reds, and then third and fourth play off, which are the Canes and the Brumbies. And without getting too complicated, if the Chiefs and the Crusaders win this weekend, the Brumbies Hurricanes game is pointless because both teams will qualify even if they lose.
Right,
okay, gotcha.
Oh, that's random, isn't it?
That is a great system they got going there.
It is a shocker.
All right, Lane, we'll get in touch on Friday, eh? When we do our double shift.
Suckers.
Yeah,
you like that?
I knew you'd like it. Damn it.
See ya.
Bye.
Thanks, Matt.
Faith no more. This is a tune, eh, fellas?
Yeah,
Love it, man. I always have.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie.
Pearl Jam there on the Radio Hauraki Big Show this Tuesday afternoon. The time is 5:50. Now, Mogey had the pleasure of going to a 21st on Friday, and he noted to his alarm how times have changed. All the young people at this particular 21st were responsible. They didn't really get drunk or drink to excess like the adults in the room.
That's right. Yeah, thanks, man. I went to a 21st. It was my cousin's kid. She's a great human being, and there's probably about 60 or 70 youngins there. And none of them got steamed. They're all very lovely. Had a nice time socialising and chit chatting,
playing cards.
So there was a table playing cards. I think they were all out of there by about 11, and us older folks stayed until the bar closed, and then kicked on at the afters back at old Mogey's house.
What do you think the 21-year-olds thought of the older folk getting stuck in like that?
Well, we weren't hammered.
No. Do you reckon they were
I mean,
impressed?
we looked. No, I don't think they would have been. They didn't. I mean, they were gone by 11, off to do better things. God knows what. And it maybe that was just the start for them, and they just thought, look, we'll
That's
just
right.
keep it together here, and then we can go off and be animals somewhere else. I don't know.
Well, to be fair, I mean, back in the day, it was like you have to wait till midnight before you went to town.
That's right.
Which is just nowadays is like a nightmare.
But the thing is, there was a bar tab here, so it made sense to make the most of it.
You
Yeah,
would have
right.
thought so, yeah.
absolutely.
Free booze.
We wanted people's opinions on 3483 on whether 21st is still a thing, Is
Yes.
do people still get stuck in? Someone here on 3483, they must have just been a weak group like Keyzie's quad.
Oh, man.
So
why are they always bringing you a quad? Oh, yeah, that's right. 'Cause
I
lost the
injured it.
relay, yeah.
Yeah, but my quad, trust me.
Blew out and split apart.
Yeah, but it would have a blowout at a 21st as well, but in a good way, fellas.
Am I right?
I've got a 19-year-old and an 17-year-old. They never drink. Offered my 19-year-old a beer on Saturday night. Nope, he wouldn't, so I just had to drink by myself.
Man.
That's weird. When I was, 18, geez,
I reckon, just
I was all
into
over
it.
Yeah, responsibly, obviously. Mogey clearly wasn't around any Otago uni students. Us backbones are hungover for 2 to 3 days. Sometimes we go so hard.
Yeah, man, we go so hard.
That's so backbone.
That's
man.
so good.
That's pretty good going for young people, because usually when you're young, you get over your hangover pretty
quick.
You
That's
do.
right.
Apparently 21st alive and well down there. So it is still alive, and I feel like actually the fact that it was in Auckland and it was in Ponsonby, I feel like the smaller, even Christchurches, your Wellingtons, places like that would go a bit harder than in Auckland.
Well, to be fair, she's from Palmy.
Yeah, right.
And a lot of her mates there were from Palmy. Now, Palmy is, a breeding ground for animals.
Yeah.
I should know because I grew up in Levin, which is very close to it. So, yeah, I don't know. I feel like maybe they were pulling the wool over our eyes a little bit,
Yes.
Yeah, right.
It's got that vibe about it. We'll just let them have their fun, and then we'll go and do our stuff a little bit later on. We'll
Absolutely
just
right.
hold fire here for a second. But as you say, there was a bar tab, and you'd think in that scenario you just fill your boots.
Yeah.
Nah.
It's a
Not to
mystery.
be, huh?
It's a mystery.
Did any of them show any interest in going back to old Mogey's for a tip?
Well, they're all gone.
Ah.
Because we stayed until the bar closed. Every single one of those kids was gone by 11.
Yeah,
Wow.
right.
And that was it. It was only us. And then a new group of young folk came in and they were pretty steamed, but then they left as well. So we saw a few different waves of humans.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, it is interesting. It's so interesting.
God, it's interesting, man.
Extraordinary.
We should do a break on it on the radio. Should we talk about that next?
Yeah, great.
Well, isn't that what we just did?
Here's the Pixies.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie.
Yeah, welcome back, you massive backbones. Hope you're surviving your Tuesday night. You are listening to The Big Show, brought to you by Reburger.
Serving good times and good food. Dine in or take away at Reburger today.
You fellas have a bit of Reburger over the weekend?
Nah.
I wish. I really wish I'd had Reburger.
Yeah.
Reburger.
It's like a car not starting.
I had it on the Sunday.
Oh, did you?
yeah.
Yeah.
What did you go for, man?
Don't say the backbone burger.
The backbone burger and the fries.
oh, yeah. Did you get a drink with that?
No,
Oh.
no.
Jace,
Well, I already had Coke in the fridge, Mogey.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't need it.
if you're going to keep lying about having Reburger, can you at least learn a couple of the other burgers on the menu?
Well, like most people, Keyzie, I have my favourites.
No, I know.
And I mean, I'm not going to learn other burgers just to please you.
That's true.
It's just to make it more believable that you went and had the sponsor's product.
What's unbelievable about me having a backbone burger and fries?
Well, what's unbelievable is you refuse to donate $3 to Bowel Cancer New Zealand, but you'll go and part with money every
Every
night
5 minutes.
to hook up.
What kind of
Reburger.
sauce did you have,
It's
man?
that good, man. It's that good. I had the aioli.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
The old aioli chicken is my favourite chicken. The sauce chicken. I don't know if you know this, Keyzie, but they got sauce chickens at Reburger. And they walk around, they've got little puddles of sauce around their neck, and they just come up to the tables, and you can just dip your chips in there.
And their sauce.
Yeah, and their
Yeah.
sauce, which is around their neck. If you try and bring any fries or chips from outside, they know straight away, and they peck your eyes out.
Really? They pick your
Totally.
eyes out.
You should go and check them out one day, Keyzie. Show a bit of support for the team at
Yeah,
Reburger.
how can you not know this? Reburger's been backing us for months.
Come on, man.
You guys know I love Reburger. In fact, I was the one that was like, fellas, we've got to get Reburger on board. Remember that? I was
No.
like, fellas.
Hey, anyway, in the podcast outro today, what's the clip, Keyzie?
Oh, that's right. It says here, Mogey's Pie.
Righto.
Mogey's pie, but it's been shortened. I think it's got something to do with your downstairs, though.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right,
Probably.
yeah.
And this comes out at 7:30 tonight, by the way.
Go and sit down. And then she started smiling at me, like quite a big smile, and I was like, this isn't at me. And I turned over my shoulder, and there was a guy sort of making faces and saying good day to her out the window, and then he took off. So it was probably her boyfriend. And then he didn't know that within 6 minutes
she'd be staring at you.
She'd be lasering my
massive shaft.
my weathered piece.
Way to show that guy who's boss, Mogey.
Great stuff.
Yeah, it was a bit of laser bullors chat today. I had a different person than usual doing the lasering of my bullors.
Well, actually, just on today's outro, worth listening to. So give it a search, Hauraki Big Show, wherever you get your potties from. It comes out at 7:30 tonight because that story Mogey said wasn't for the radio, had to be saved.
Well, it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't that I was
that bad.
saving. It was just I didn't think it was suitable for on air.
Yeah, but
Kids have got, there's kids in the cars out there, Keyzie. You got to consider them, man. They don't want to hear about you lasering your balls, man.
what do you mean me lasering my balls?
It's disgusting, bro.
Mogey, I don't do that, all right?
Do you not do that, Keyzie?
No, I let it just go wildly untamed like a real backbone.
Oh, bit of red hot
yes.
chili peppers.
Actually, just on Red Hot Chili Peppers, are you having any with your dinner tonight? Text through on 3483. Let us know what you're having for tea. You could win yourself a $50 Reburger voucher.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jase, Mike and Keyzie. Tune in weekdays at 4 on Radio Hauraki.
Jimi Hendrix there on the Radio Hauraki Big Show this Tuesday evening. Let's give out some advice, fellas.
Petty
Nip 69
At gmail.com. Get in touch
With the fellas.
with the fellas. Meet Patty Nips 69 at gmail.com. It is an email address you can reach out to at any time. Free advice, 100% anonymous. And if we read your question out on the radio, you get sent a $50 Reburger voucher.
How good.
This one comes from Anonymous. G'day, fellas. Thought a bit of Big Show bingo would help you understand my issue. Don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is.
Must be like things we say or something. You see, post-COVID and entering fatherhood, I still have 1 3/4 buzzies and some withered legs.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to get back into shape, but end up breathing as heavy as Tinker, R.I.P., when I'm out running.
Sure.
What can I do to get back in shape ASAP? Best idea so far is to imagine I am Pugsan, waking up and that the toilet is at the end of each street. Maybe some desiccated chicken.
Yeah.
Because, of course, getting up and immediately sprinting to the toilet is called doing a Pugsan.
Doing a Pugsan, yes.
Cheers,
on its tippy
Anonymous.
toes.
That's right.
Yes.
And it makes the noise that Fred Flintstone makes.
Right.
Well, I kind of feel like, apart from you, Mogey, after our performance in the relay, that we're not the ones to be giving out that kind of advice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You blew a quad.
Yeah.
My thighs died.
They did.
Mogey was, 11.2 seconds over 100 metres?
11.01, yeah.
It's getting lower, isn't it?
So I don't know that we're the ones who actually give out that kind of advice. I mean, you can go to the gym and work out that way and work on your strength. When it comes to fitness, I wouldn't have a clue.
Well, it sounds like he's trying to lose weight.
Yeah.
Is that what it is, Keyzie?
I think so.
Yeah.
3 1/4 buzzies.
I think you know how to do it, man. You just lack dedication because you're so fat.
Well, I don't know about that.
Well, all it requires, man, is sometimes, when you put on a bit of weight, and I can back this up from my own experience, you lose the enthusiasm to go to the gym in the first place.
That's right.
But all you have to do is get down there, and you want to go and do weights because that'll make you lose weight faster than running will. So you go down there and you do that, and then just do it for 2 weeks, 4 times a week for 2 weeks. And then after the 2 weeks, then you'll start seeing results and feeling better, and then you'll be addicted to doing that. So you're just going to have to do that. Now, if you're serious about it, you start looking at your diet and your drinking as well. Otherwise, and if you haven't got a plan, you're buggered. You can forget about it. You are just going to continue to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And from the sounds of it, man, it's going to get to the point where to get you out to see a doctor, they're going to have to take out a wall of your house and get a crane to take you out in the back of a ute.
What do you mean by the sounds of it? Like you can tell that from one sentence.
Oh, he said he's got 3/4 and 1 buzzy or something.
And withered legs. It sounded a little bit like he was describing me, to be honest, because I've got buzzies and I've got withered legs.
Yeah.
So he's running a hoity Jase setup.
Yeah, kind of a
could be.
big top half and a terrible lower half.
My advice would be trick yourself into exercising
Oh, yeah.
by picking up a sport you love, like playing basketball or even indoor netty.
Yeah.
Something like that where you're having so much fun you just forget you're actually exercising.
I can tell you what I've done today, and I haven't spoken about this. We'll get into this more tomorrow. Today, I went and picked up a treadmill. I'm renting a treadmill, and we're sticking that in the lounge.
Wow.
So that we could just watch TV. The wife's going to give me a piggyback and just going to go 10Ks, and we'll watch TV while we're doing that.
So it's for your wife to use with you on her back.
Yeah, that's right.
Great stuff.
But I think it's a good idea. I think that's a good idea, and that way it's always there. It'll get you started, you know. And
Sure.
it's pretty cheap.
Just-
It wasn't expensive. I was surprised.
Just in terms of you kidding yourself, you know, and playing basketball, for example, there, Keyzie. I had a mate that did that just recently and ruptured his knee.
Yeah, this is the thing, man, and that's why I just believe that the answer, really, truly, if we're honest with ourselves, is Ozempic.
Ozempic, yeah. Well, I tell you what, good luck on your weight loss journey. Anonymous, for emailing in, we'll send you some Reburger.
Good stuff.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie.
Fleetwood Mac there on the Radio Hauraki Big Show this Tuesday afternoon. Now, listen, if you go on the Hauraki Instagram account at the moment, you'll see that we've just released our new video called Fight Club, fellas.
That's right.
And boy, are we looking good.
So good. Yeah, we did a film shoot. It was done over 2 weeks over in Vietnam, actually. And, God, they've done a hell of a job there.
Very
Cheaper
good job.
crews over there, and we got a little bit of a holiday in, and now the results speak for themselves, Keyzie.
Yeah, right, because it just seemed like something we could probably have filmed in a couple of hours somewhere nearby.
I know. But these are the budgets that you're dealing with when it's the big promos on Radio Hauraki.
And we
right.
got to go to Vietnam, Keyzie, for 2 weeks.
Nothing wrong with that, man.
It just
So
seems
good.
weird. Like, I feel like if we had gone to Vietnam, Jace would have been banging on about it for
Oh,
ages
yeah.
afterwards.
Well, I will at some stage bang on
Save
about
it.
But I did my other holiday as well, which I banged on about, and then
Yeah.
I'll bang on about this one maybe later on after the video's been sort of gawked at by people.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
Jace, gun to your head, man. Hanoi or Ho Chi Minh City? Gun to your head.
Hanoi,
Really? Why is that?
just I preferred it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, so there's a new thing happening on Hauraki called Hauraki Fight Club. It's going to be 128 legendary bands and artists going head to head to head to head to head to head. And at the
Yes.
end of it, there will only be one left. It is not like the GOAT where we're trying to find the greatest song of all time. We're trying to find the greatest artist or band of all time. So, you know, you've got to have a body of work.
Yeah.
You know, so for example, name a band.
Some meat on the bone. Kings of Leon.
I mean, okay.
Tool.
Yeah, cool, exactly. I mean, those bands have got quite extensive
Catalogs.
catalog discographies.
Sure.
Singles that have done well, Jace.
Meatloaf.
Meatloaf, exactly, Meatloaf. 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Great song.
By
What's
the light of the dashboard. Bat out of hell.
Paradise by the Dashboard Lights,
Yeah,
bad
yeah,
out
yeah.
of hell. So, you know, these are the things that you've got to take into account. The very first Hauraki Fight Club is going to be kicking off this Friday morning at 8 a.m. And who's
Yeah.
going to be doing that?
Us.
The big show, because we lost a relay. The first rule of Hauraki Fight Club is make sure you listen and make sure you vote as well. It kicks off this Friday, 8 a.m., and all you have to do to vote is once the fight starts, you just text the name of the icon you want to win to 3483. So let's say it's Kings of Leon v Meatloaf.
Yeah.
I don't even know if Meatloaf's going to be in it, but you text one of those two bands' names.
I might
through.
text Meatloaf.
Would text
I
Meatloaf.
would in that situation.
Yeah. Cool.
What happens next?
And then what happens then is the band that receives the most texts will go through to the next round, and every single person that texts through instantly gets themselves in the draw to win a Sonos soundbar, subwoofer, and speaker system worth over $2,000.
Wow.
It's huge. It's worth doing. And it starts this Friday at 8 a.m., fellas.
The Hauraki Big Show podcast.
Well, there you go, you mad bastards. That's your Tuesday show done and dusted. Mogey, what did you learn today?
I learned that, you know, doing this radio show is one of the greatest things going around, man.
Sure.
So good. Great. Just glad to be a part of it. What about you, Keyzie?
Today I learned that the Day in Lieu is coming back.
Oh, yeah.
Which is our charity event that we do raising funds for bowel cancer New Zealand. The idea came about in support of our good friend Di Henwood,
Yes.
who is on the Queen's Honours List
Yes.
this year.
Legend.
He's been knighted. How good is that?
Well deserved.
Sir Di Henwood.
Is that a knighting?
He's been knighted, yeah.
It's not an ONZM?
Nah, man.
Real, the full shebang.
He's the full shebang.
It's
He's-
Sir Di now.
Yep, Sir Di.
Sir
And he
Di.
insists on being called Sir Di too.
He does.
Really, not Sir Henwood?
Well,
he doesn't mind as long as you get
as
the
long as you
sir
got
in
the
there.
sir in there, yeah.
Right.
The sir's the key bit.
When do you reckon you fellas will make that list?
Look, I think there's a bit of runway left for old Hoyte J and Mogey there, but probably in the next 2 years.
Really?
I'd say so.
Next 24 months max.
Okay. By the way, if you want to make an instant $3 donation to Bell Cancer New Zealand, text Lou to 3779. What did you learn, Jase?
What was it?
No,
3779.
Don't pretend.
What did I learn? I learned that even when I'm not exercising, I can still pull a muscle.
Yeah.
Is that a wank? Oh, you hurt your... That's right.
My buttocks.
Yeah, okay.
Buttocks, yeah.
Sorry, I thought you were making a
Really
filthy
sore.
joke.
It's really sore.
You okay, man?
I'll be okay, man. I'm a backbone.
Yeah.
Now, listen, make sure you check out the Instagram. Make sure you check out the podcast. Until tomorrow, we'll see yous later.
Bye.